Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Frankfort Village Board. Tonight is Monday, March 3rd, 2025. Call this meeting to order and we ask our clerk, Katie Schubert, to take the roll, please.
Mayor Ogle?
Here.
Trustee Ledden?
Here.
Trustee Savaria?
Here.
Trustee Rigoni?
Here.
Trustee Petro?
Here.
Trustee Borelli?
Here.
Trustee Rossi?
Here.
Attorney Lamore? Chief Chalepis?
Here.
Village Administrator Pisha?
Here.
Assistant Administrator Barica?
Present.
Clerk Schubert is here, and we have quorum.
Thank you, clerk. If everyone would please stand with me, we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. First item on here is what's called the unanimous consent agenda. No, all these items on the consent agenda are considered routine in nature and are enacted in one single motion unless a trustee requests to remove those. There is no separate discussion of these items. At this time, I ask if any of the trustees would like to remove any items from the consent agenda. Hearing none, can I get a motion and a second to approve? So we have a motion and a second. We'll go through these items on here. These are all available. The complete packet is available on the village website as well as the video at frankfortil.org. So the first item of business would be the approval of the minutes from the regular meeting on February 18th, 2025. And then next is the approval of the bills, and we will go to Trustee Adam Borelli.
Thank you, Mayor. The bills are relatively light tonight, totaling $471,790.98. The big ticket item is our monthly garbage bill, which is $162,000 of that. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Then we have two items from the Plan Commission, and for the first one, we'll go to Trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this item is the Gleason Residence Variations located at 133 Ash Street. Property owners Ryan and Ellen Gleason propose to raise the existing non-conforming detached garage and construct a building addition with an attached garage for the property located in the R2 single-family residential district at 133 Ash Street. To accommodate the construction, the applicant requests the granting of the following variations. Article 6, Section B, Part 1 of the zoning ordinance. A reduction of a side yard setback from 10 feet to 5 feet along the north property line, and an increased maximum lot coverage from 20% to 24%. At its February 13, 2025 public hearing on the project, the Plan Commission forwarded two unanimous 4-0 recommendations to the Village Board approving two variation requests. The motion before us this evening is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and adopt an ordinance granting two variations from Article 6, Section B, Part 1 to the property. A side yard setback variance to the reduced minimum required side yard setback from 10 feet to 5 feet for the north side yard setback, and a lot coverage variance to increase the maximum allowable lot coverage from 20% to 24% in the R2 single-family residential district located at 133 Ash Street in accordance with submitted plans, public testimony, and findings of fact. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We have another Plan Commission item, and we will go to Trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item is Cedarhurst of Frankfort, Phase 2 Independent Living Cottages Final Development Plan Approval, PIN 19-09-20-301-063-0000. The applicant, Dover Development, proposes the development of 16 independent living buildings, 32 units, on the property of the existing Cedarhurst Assisted Living Facility located at 21507 South Wolf Road. The property is zoned B4 Office District with a special use for a planned unit development per ordinance number 3464. The applicant requests approval of the final development plan. At its February 13th, 2025 public hearing on the project, the Plan Commission forwarded a unanimous recommendation to the Village Board to approve the final development plan, subject to conditions which have since been addressed relating to landscape plan and the photometric plan. The motion before us is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation and approve the final development plan for the Cedarhurst of Frankfort Plan Unit Development in accordance with the reviewed plans, subject to any necessary technical revisions prior to recording and conditioned upon final engineering approval.
Thank you. Those are the items that are on the consent agenda tonight. We have a motion and a second. There is no separate discussion on this, and so we will go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Savaria? Yes. Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Petro? Yes. Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Lyden?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you, clerk. Next item on here is what's called the mayor's report. Starting early today, we had 8th graders from Hickory Creek Middle School participating in the annual Student Government Day. The day began at the Village Hall here with a tour of the offices, followed by visits to the fire district, the police station, the wastewater treatment plant, and the utility public work facility. Lunch was served at Aurelio's restaurant, and the students were given the opportunity to discuss the responsibility and address concerns with their village counterparts. The day wrapped up with a mock village board meeting where all the student representatives took on their designated roles, and that was right before this meeting. Should be available on Channel 6 soon. We want to thank Superintendent Doug Wernett, Principal Tricia Dotson, and Teacher Tara O'Hay for their cooperation and assistance in preparing the students for this day, and just the partnership between the school district and the village. It was a wonderful group of students and future leaders, and we're looking forward to seeing great things out of them all. Daylight savings time begins on Sunday, March 9th at 2 a.m. Remember to set your clocks ahead 1 hour. The Spring on the Green event will take place on Sunday, March 23rd from noon to 2 p.m. at Brighter Green. Co-sponsored by the Village of Frankfort and the Frankfort Park District, the event will feature DJ music, fun games for kids, a balloon artist, and more. More information is available at the Village or Park District websites. On Saturday, March 1st, Team Frigid Badges took part in the polar plunge to raise funds for the Illinois Special Olympics. Frankfort's first responders were willing to brave the frigid waters of Lake Manteno to show their support for Special Olympic athletes of Illinois. A special thank you goes out to Officer Riff, Officer Camara, and CSO WC for their participation and representing our agency in support of this wonderful cause. Excuse me. That's all for the board comments.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Mayor.
Mayor's report. We'll go to Clerk Schubert for board comments.
Thank you, Mayor. Our next committee of the whole meeting will be Wednesday, March 12th, and the next board meeting will be Monday, March 17th, which is also our first day of early voting for the April 1st consolidated election. So early voting hours will be March 17th through 21st, and the 24th through 28th from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30. If you are interested in other early voting locations, you can find them at willcountyclerk.gov. And that's all I had tonight.
Trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, it sounds really good to be talking about spring events. That's exciting, even though we're going to lose an hour this weekend, but it's for a good cause. I just wanted to comment on today's thing. I was able to attend the lunch. We had a very engaging and fun discussion with the trustees that were filling these roles tonight. And can I tell you, the one who stepped into my shoes did an excellent job. So good job, Trustee Morris. That's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Savaria.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I too want to just congratulate all the participants of Student Government Day on a job well done.
Trustee Goni.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I would like to acknowledge Cedarhurst. What a great addition to our community, providing another alternative, a new type of housing in our community, as well as, and I'd like to commend the Gleason family on their preservation of a 100-year-old home. The variances kept the integrity as well as the streetscape, and it checks out so many of the boxes that we look for in preservation and keeping our older homes within our community. And I'd also like to acknowledge Student Government Day, all that staff has put in place, the time that they gave today. It was very fun. For one day here in Frankfort, we had 2 trustee Rigonis, so it was a lot of fun today. So thank you for everyone who participated.
Thank you. Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. I too just want to recognize, they say the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow, and I think we certainly saw that whether at lunch or at the village mock board meeting tonight, but super engaged students with great questions and really getting involved in our community. So congratulations to all of our student government participants. Also want to recognize that this Saturday, March 8th, is International Women's Day, which is a day to recognize and celebrate the contributions of women across different various fields, including government, and encourage everyone to check out the second annual Chamber Fashion Show that celebrates a lot of our local women-owned businesses here in Frankfort as well. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Burley.
Thank you, Mayor. Can I tell you, the future looks bright. I mean, that was very impressive. The partnership with 157C is a wonderful one. This all started with Trustee Heath many years ago, and it's continued on, and it's a fantastic tradition. I think the kids get out a lot of it. I think the parents do, and we certainly do too. I do personally. So special thanks to Mrs. O'Hay, and of course Sue Lynchy, who just does everything superbly. So thank you, Sue. Job well done once again. Special shout out to Aiden Latz, who was sitting in the seat and did a fine job representing it. And can I tell you that Trustee Rigoni, the younger one, did a fine job too tonight. So great job, Alice. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was Clerk Schubert mentioned the early voting starts March 17th. That's the first day of our next the next time we meet for a board meeting. The election is during spring break this year, so I highly encourage early voting. I can't remember a time during municipal voting that there was a line that was more than like one deep for early voting. So get in, get out, perform your civic duty, and just vote. So that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Adam. Trustee Rossi.
Thank you, Mayor. Just again, a compliment about student government. It's quite amazing to me to see these young boys and girls do such a great job. And I will say that the mayor was right. It is definitely one of my favorite events of the year. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other business to come before the board tonight? Okay. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to make a public comment? Hearing none, can I get a motion and a second to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and good night.